Okay, so Pretty Picture Femme and I have been doing some embroidering, and I've been working on something, a little dish towel, while I've been unemployed and in isolation. So I've been working on this, which says no bitchin' in the kitchen, and it's got some flowers, different kinds of stitches. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do some 3D flower stitches today. First things first, you wanna get your fabric in your embroidery hoop. This is just some random cotton that I had lying around. I'm gonna repurpose it, so I'm not gonna cut it, so it's gonna be a little floppy and messy. I apologize. And then you wanna trace out your design. Some of these don't look like anything, but they will when you're done. So we're gonna first start with the wagon wheel stitch, which makes these really, really pretty roses. These guys. As you can see, they're super, super pretty. They're just woven and super deceptively easy to do. So get whatever color embroidery floss you want, and make sure that it's thick, T-H-I-C-C. Most standard American embroidery flosses are 8 strands of thread in one thing. So when you loop it through your needle, when you thread it through your needle, it's gonna be, you're gonna get 16 threads because it's doubled. So you're gonna draw out a little star like this one. You wanna start with a 5-pointer. It's gonna be probably the easiest to learn on. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thread, go through the middle, and you're just gonna outline this star that you've created. That's gonna be your guide. That's gonna be your starting point. So it's important that you do this first, because I believe the stitch is called a wagon wheel stitch. So you have to make your wagon wheel first. And now I'm not any kind of expert. I'm just doing what I've learned from YouTube and embroidery books and during my time sewing, which has been about 6 or 7 years or so. So this is just stuff that I've picked up, that I've learned from various places, but it yields really pretty results. And so once you've got your little star finally finished, working with a lot of embroidery floss this thick can be tricky sometimes. Some things get stuck, so you always want to just make sure that underneath is as tight and as good as you can get it. Sometimes this will happen where it gets loose and looped and it didn't get caught correctly, but oh well, I'm not super worried about it. So for this one, you're gonna come up somewhere close to the center. I like to go as close to the center as I can, just so there aren't any gaps. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna weave. So you're gonna go over this first one, and then you're gonna go under the second one. And then you'll go over this next one here, and then you'll go under this one, which is kind of tricky to do at this angle. And make sure you don't get your threads all mixed up. And then you'll go over and under this first one that you went over originally. And then you don't want to tighten it too much. You want to tighten it enough so that you're not getting any gaps, but you don't want to tighten it so much that it's going to warp your flower. And you just kind of, and then you just kind of repeat. So then you're gonna go over this one, under this one. And then you'll go over this one and under this one, making sure that you're going in the same direction each time. And you don't want to go through the fabric per se. You just want to keep weaving around your little star that you made. So we went under, we're gonna go over. We went under, over, and we're gonna go under this one. And keep going. So once you get to this point where you've got a full rose like this, super pretty, really simple, you're gonna go ahead and bury your thread in between the points of your star. So for this one, we're gonna go around this one and go right in the middle because the points are here and here. We're gonna go right in the middle. So we're gonna bury it right in there, but still keep it loose because now we're gonna cover the points so they look like petals. And then we'll just kind of go around and cover any points that need to be covered. And still keeping the thread tension pretty loose just because you want to not have it tight. It starts to look really awkward if you pull it super tight, because then it doesn't look right, you know? So now we just kind of, once you're happy with it, which I'm pretty happy with it, you can always put leaves around it if you want. But now we're gonna go ahead and just tie it off. How I do that is I flip it over, and you wanna keep like a good amount of thread here. So then you're gonna go under one of your stitches and then pull it through the loop once, do it again, and I'm completely out of frame, and then do it twice, and then you've created a nice little knot. And then you'll go ahead and knock everything over on the other part of your counter and go ahead and snip your thread, pull any random errant hairs, and look, you have a beautiful little rose. That was super, super simple.